So, welcome everybody to episode 5 of the SSF on Beginner Spellbreaker. We're gonna continue in Elite. I think I was at like the end of Act 3, somewhere there. So, yeah, let's continue there. Have I studied Japanese? Not really. I learned a bit, like as a kid. And then I learned a little bit more later. But then I forgot too much, and now my Japanese is like not that great. But I think I would do the Agrivic set, Workman. Dusklops. How are you? Agrivic set is... I think it should be still fine, right? Like on a Spellbinder or a Sorcerer, should be probably pretty good. Hey, no Pokeball throwing here, what are you doing? Welcome in, Fever Guy and Dozer the Grappler, how are you guys? So, we have stopped somewhere and we're gonna continue somewhere, right? So, I haven't done... Yeah, okay, so we went up to Aztecar Mountains actually in the last episode, right? I also did all of Jagged Waste, right? For some reason I didn't do the shrine. I mean, I already have 55 points actually. So I don't really need to take it, right? Oh yeah, I was gonna think of maybe changing up my devotions off stream. Well, I didn't think of any new devotions yet, so we're just gonna roll with these. Like, these will be fine. I mean, they're gonna be definitely fine for a very long time, so changing these up later is not gonna hurt me too much, right? And just continue with these. These are fine. So yeah, let's continue on into the Aztecar Mountains here. You caught it. You caught it. Oh, guys. So yeah, today we're gonna finish Act 4, do like all the things you have to do in Elite as well, such as Hidden Path, right, for the skill points and attribute points, and then I'm actually probably not gonna do too much in Elite, because usually you can just skip stuff in Elite. Rodan, 1256, thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome, welcome, very much appreciate it. Enjoy these emotes and thank you for your support. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I'm also using Baron's Fury now, right? I did do some like proper gear changes at the end of the last episode, right? For level 70 I got the Shard of Baronath now, right? Giving us the Baronath's Fury default attack replacer basically. And then also I should probably use some like Honored yeah, I need to get some merits first, right? And also I should use some augments, right? I'll have like a single augment, I think. Okay, never mind. I do have augments for my rings. But I should get... yeah, like the merit from Homestead, for example. I'm gonna be like revered with Homestead in no time, right? The Homestead is so easy to get revered with, because like there are beasts everywhere in this game. So it's pretty easy to get them to revered, right? Even if you're not even trying. But Karma's Chosen and, for example, Black Legion are gonna be like a little bit harder to get to revered, right? So, on the other hand, these sell like weapon augments, right? I don't have any augments in my weapons, or like I don't have one here at least. So I want to use something for stun rest, right? This was a Homestead magic augment, right? Let's use that again. That seems to be pretty good actually for my stun rest. So this one, right? Yeah. There we go, back to 71% stun rest. And do I need any other reds? I mean, Outcast is gonna be in Fort Icon, right? Covenant's in Act 5. Call of the Rig is on Act 7. I mean, I could go over to Act 7, right? That should be like really easy to go here. Devil's Crossing is even easier, I think, due to early quests. It depends a bit. Like, while speed leveling, yes, I do tend to get revered with Devil's Crossing first as well. But if you... hello? What the heck, the stairs are so fucked in this game. But if you... don't speed level like those, then I think you were pretty like you will pretty much always get revered with Homestead first, because I mean there are so many beasts, right? If you're like playing solo 7, you have to like kill more mobs, and because of like killing more mobs and because of like 90% of mobs being like beasts kinda in this game, yeah, you will be revered with Homestead in like no time, right? When I become famous, should we spam that? That's a nice copy pasta, right? Oh my god, but yeah, of course we're gonna ban the bot, right? You just got that emote. Right, hey! Nice. When I said copy pasta, I didn't mean one man spam, dude, what the heck? How to get rich without doing anything? Or know how to get rich without doing anything? Sign up here for free now. Yeah, alright. Step 1 inheritance, yeah, just inherit. Just be born rich. Yeah, it's kinda boring when you one-man spam. That's true. Anyway, Astrakhan Road, being one of the emptiest parts of the game, you don't really have to do too much here. But maybe I should actually... Wait, let me actually do like Act 1 and 2 Hidden Path maybe first? No, let's just do the game first. Like, let's kill Ogorian first, so like get the Anasteria quest at least to like go down to Steps of Torment, right? Because Steps of Torment is so nice to do while having that Anasteria quest and also while doing Hidden Path, right? It's pretty nice to combine those three. So let's do that. I found Praetorian sets of Siphon. Yeah, I found it again. I found it on my what's it called, on the Conjurer as well, right? And I got it here again. I even got 4 pieces. 4 out of 3 pieces. When is it actually optimal to do Hidden Path? I would say not before you've killed Ogorian usually. Unless you're like pretty strong. And you can also do it like at around this point, right? But yeah, usually I would consider Hidden Path like harder to do than like Logorian, for example, right? Any tips on how to get out of the friend zone? Just get friends for that. I mean, no, like, just ask her, right? Like, just ask her out. And, I mean, if she declines, then, well, you're out of the friend zone. I mean, you're probably not gonna be friends with her any longer either, but at least you're out of the friend zone, right? I mean, basically you have to like think about how much it means to you to be inside that girl's friend zone, right? And if you like to be in her friend zone, then you should probably not risk too much, but if you don't like being in the friend zone anyway, then just ask her, right? Stem won't be attractive. Step 2 complementary boobs. I'm not sure about step 2. And like step 1 is subjective anyway, so yeah. But you might be attractive to her without even knowing it, right? Baker salami. And if she declines, you always can go back to that, I guess. Breaker of spells, that's nice already. Yeah, he is pretty strong actually. I mean, Spellbreaker is pretty strong. Like in general, obviously. And even for solo self one, I think he's not bad at all. Let's go back to the portal here and go to my personal portal that I put over in front of the Tomb of the Archon, right? Because we also gotta do that quest. And it's like a small trick that I usually do. Whenever you, like, this can save you some time, right? Whenever you have the Slay the Necromancer discarding the Ashes quest, and you just go to, right, you go to Foraiken, but like while going to Foraiken you put down a portal here, and you kill the guys guarding the portal, and use that portal to go back here, right, and then start the side quest here. She left me after doing a Fortnite dance, after you did a Fortnite dance. She didn't like it. She didn't like the dance, or she didn't like you dancing it? With the hands. I mean, if she left you because of that, then she probably has no humor, right? Come on. Both. Or maybe she just doesn't like cringe, I don't know. Either way, you can also do this small skip here, right? You can go to this corner and then click here to skip the rest of the first level here. Fucking zoomers and their Fortnite. I mean, they're like legit Fortnite dancing classes, right? You can like go, like send your kids to like a Fortnite dancing session, like a Fortnite dancing class. That does exist, right? So it should be decently socially accepted, right, by now. What are the orbs following you around? Those are from the Beacon of Winter's Veil, right, that I found. the Winter's Veil proc, right? 15% chance on attack. Summon a jagged ice swirl around you. And I mean, 15% chance on attack on a Nightblade is pretty nice because you're always hitting everything around you because of Night's Chill anyway, right? Because of your aura. So that's pretty neat. Naruto run also acceptable. I mean, if you blitz while dual building, then it looks like that in this game as well, right? Oh yeah, Markadar, I mean, as long as Markadar doesn't spawn with like a retaliation shield, he should be easy to kill on this character, right? And also he dropped a Markadar sword, which we might want to use. So instead of a Shield of Alacrity, we could use a Enchanters of Alacrity, right? Which honestly is better, right? Because it has more attack speed. It does convert physical to elemental instead of the cold. So like the flat cold will be a little bit less, but overall you get like more percent cold because percent elemental is also percent cold. And also you get free 13% elemental rest on top, 35 OA on top. And especially like the 9% more attack speed is gonna be pretty nice. So I'm definitely gonna use that over my old Markadar's weapon, right? What do you mean whale, not whale? Yeah, I know. If I wanna try, then I can actually pronounce things correctly. But most of the time I'm gonna say Winter's Whale, right? Yo, Ground Zero, how are you? Welcome on. Oh yeah, I've seen your Warlord reaching 100 yesterday, right? Congrats, dude. I mean, yeah, like people tend to say, right? When in doubt, Warlord out. Warlord is always pretty solid as a, I mean, as a, like a multi-purpose character, right? Especially for example, hardcore. It's pretty good as well. Maybe I should just do like a solo self on Beginner Warlord right next for next match. Maybe people will like fall asleep there. I don't know. I mean, Warlord is not even that. I mean, if you play around Force Wave, right? It's not even that Resident Sleeper. Or like around Blitz and Wire Smite, right? As you did. It's pretty good. Yeah, Mike is like 95 or something, right? 96 maybe? Wait, did he play yesterday as well? Halfway there. Nice. Alright, we're gonna have Warp, Lucius Armor for Alacrity, right? If you're playing a Death Knight or or rather a Battle Mage, this new Mai is pretty good, as you can see. I guess you could also use it on a Mage Hunter, right? You have +4 death sentence after all. But like, what do you use as a default attack replacer then? This thing has like 48% attack speed, right? If you're playing Reckless Power, it's crazy. That is a pretty fast hitting weapon. Blitz and Where's Mode is so zoomy. Yeah, it's pretty zoomy, that's true. Wait, why is my cam so bright actually? Now, here on... starting on a late run, there is a boss called Locksmere, and he has the ability, like he will always spawn here in the Plains of Strife, and he has the ability to get rid of all of your buffs, right? Basically like an arcane, like he's the OG arcane, but he's not named arcane. Also, he doesn't have a projectile. He basically uses nullification on you, right? So it's gonna be like this, pretty much instant, pretty much not really like dodgeable either. He doesn't always spawn, but when he spawns, he's gonna probably kill you if you're unprepared. So on hardcore, you have like two choices, right? You can either choose to never go to a spawn location, or you just don't get hit, and or either, I mean, you're gonna get hit by the notification though, or you just kill him out. So how to kill him on a Spellbreaker, right? I think on the Conjurer I actually skipped him and just went like here, because spawn location is like over here somewhere. On a Spellbreaker though, I think you could kill him if you play it right. I would not suggest you to do this at home unless you like are fine with dying. But yeah, he can spawn over here somewhere, right? Maybe he's not even spawning, right? Maybe I'm just like... oh, there he is actually, this guy. Locksmere Nightmage, right? Locksmere Nightmage. Whenever you see this guy, he's always gonna spawn in this spot. Unless he doesn't spawn. I mean, what I want to say is he only has one spawn location, right? He only has this one spawn location the entire game, and if he spawns here, then you gotta be prepared, right? So, what would happen if I lose all of my buffs, right? I would still have, well, all of my resistances capped actually, so that's not too bad. So I'm kind of fine with that happening. If we put back all of my resistances, I mean all of my stuff here, I would have obviously more damage though. So once he nullifies me, I'm just gonna use a mirror of Harbinger, because it's important that you don't use this before he nullifies you, because otherwise when he nullifies you, he will also like nullify you from your mirror, right? And also you should probably have this available to press again, right? So how do we lure this guy here? Like this? Okay, there he is, right. Or you just nullify him and kill him, right? What the heck? Why doesn't he use his nullification on me? Oh well. I was so prepared for this, and no, he just disappointed me. Oh well. I mean, yeah, you just kill him instead of getting killed, right? What is this Tetris? That was pretty anticlimactic, to be honest. But yeah, definitely make sure to play around him properly. Like, don't fight him alongside other mobs, or like once he nullifies you, use a mirror instantly, and then like either kill him with mirror because he's kind of squishy, or use the downtime of mirror to like switch back to your other bar and then like put on all of your resistances again, like all of your buffs again, and then kill him after that. Yeah, he can also blade trap you, that's true. He can also like blade trap you after or before the notification. Usually it's after the notification even. Yeah, he can be CC, that's true. Like I think I might even have been freezing him right with like ABB there actually. Anyway, my inventory is full, so let's go back and sell some stuff. I mean, all of this gear is still kinda trash, right? be honest, for this character at least. Wait, did I sell a Markadar? That's not trash, I was close. Yeah, don't sell your Markadar swords. That's the one thing you don't want to sell. How are you doing? I don't want to know. Welcome back, welcome in, welcome in.
Good work down.
Alright. Alright. I'm alright. The day is pretty grey and rainy outside today, again. Perfect gaming weather, I guess. Oh yeah, well, here in the Necropolis front, there's one thing I probably didn't mention on normal actually. There's a secret smith here in this area. Let me show you that guy. He spawns like around the middle of the Necropolis actually, right? So let's go there. And you can transmute purple mats there into other purple mats. At least the so-called vanilla purple mats, right? Focus, so you can like interchange or like transmute hearts, brains, and bloods into each other. And you will probably need lots of bloods to like run dungeons later. So if you're out of bloods, you can always like make sure to use hearts and brains to craft more bloods. So yeah, hearts can be crafted into bloods, brains into hearts, and I think, yeah, bloods into brains. There we go. But no blooms, right? Yeah, I know. No blooms but bands. A ball 6'8". My schedule permanents. I think I'm joining the PvP. I've attempted 2 1-hour runs to get to level 20 and I've hit 19 both times and emerald combinations to level faster. Not sure actually. Just kill stuff faster, I guess. I don't know, I have actually no clue. I've not tried it myself yet even. I have no idea how to do it faster. I'm sorry. I mean, the only like, sure, like quests give you like lots of experience, right? So like doing all the quests while like zooming through Act 1. It's probably like the fastest way to do it. I have to like talk to Mike Fick a little bit about the tournament as well. Like there are like 1 or 2 things we should make our minds up with right now. Like yellow only or no yellow only, for example, but I think we're gonna stick with yellow only. I mean, most of you guys also voted for yellow only instead of all items, right? Also, yeah, there are some other things I wanted to talk about with them, and maybe also like increasing the time where people have to like level to like maybe 1.5 hours, maybe, because 1 hour to level 20. It's definitely possible, but it might be like unnecessarily punishing for slower people, right? I don't know. Maybe. Or like maybe like 1 hour and like 10 minutes on top or something like that. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, like maybe 1 hour is like a little bit too stressful for people. We could like increase the time by like another 10 to 15 minutes or something like that. Let's see. What do I even do with my points here? I mean, Shadow Dance would be really nice. Shadow Dance is a nice ability. Should probably put points into Shadow Dance. Or into like conversion, maybe like another 5% here, that's pretty good. Oh no, we're not gonna max out Star Pact, right? So that's top priority anyway. Yeah, max out Star Pact first and then think about other stuff. Yeah, 1.5 hours should definitely be enough. Yeah, maybe 1.5 hours is like the way to go. And oh yeah, like one thing for example is should we allow people to respec between fights, for example? Seems a bit lame. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. It should be too much. So yeah, like basically after the 1.5 hours, you have your burdens, you gotta stick with it, right? Also, otherwise, like the I don't know. I think the fights might just take too long, right? If you like have to, if you're like able to respec every single time, right? That'll be too much, like too long. Yeah, like you can like respec like one final time after you're like level 20. Like if you need to, you get like, I don't know, like additional 5 minutes or something like that to like respec if you want to before the tournament, like before PvP actually starts, right? That should be fine. The deeps of the sky is still unreal. At least in the target deeps. I mean, yeah, deeps overall is pretty insane, right? And for like main campaign, like freezing enemies is pretty OP actually. You can freeze like pretty much everything in the main campaign except for like some specific bosses, right? And those specific bosses you just kill with your single target deeps, right? Commons rings, yeah. Like the purple ones. The purple ones are driving me crazy, or like have been driving me crazy when I was farming it as well. I still don't have them. I have like 4 agony, I think, but like 0 dread or something like that. Hello Kagurath, how are you? Yeah, respect your run seems fun, but not at the end of the build. But like a build at the end, yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, people should, like... I mean, the best would be that people have to, like, post their grimtools links, right? Shortly before, like, PvP starts, so that you... I don't know, maybe that's also interesting for viewers, right? Like, viewers can check out the grimtools links then of people. And, yeah, just to, like, make sure that, like, people don't, like, do respecs even though they are not allowed to do that anymore, right? I don't know. No, the inventory cannot, like, account rings are not transmittable. It's not because it's a 2-piece set, it's just because it's like a hard to get set basically, right? I think other 2-piece sets can be transmitted through each other. And it's mostly because it's like a roguelike dungeon thing, right? For example, Morganath set is not transmittable as well. Or Vanquisher set is not transmittable either. Or SR set is not transmittable, right? Basically like those hard to get, or like still target farmable but kinda hard to get dungeon sets are never transmittable. Do we need those? This is a range 200 thing, right? Yeah, no.
Put it to good use.
I mean, pretty much everything is a challenge reward, right? I mean, icon rings are a challenge reward as well. It's like a challenge reward of you being able to like clear SOT for countless times, basically, right? Same thing for Vanquisher set, like being able to clear all dungeons. So like all these kind of challenge rewards are never transmittable. Yeah? Like Morganath set, like making you, or like rewarding you for like being able to clear a dungeon, like clear all the different parts of the dungeon. That's why you get like, I think, shoulders from the Magi's, right? You get chest from the Death Room, and you get like the hood from Morganath himself, for example, and the other pieces from the tentacle guys, right? This music is pretty good, but like the area before it not having any music at all kind of makes this music a little bit awkward sometimes, in my opinion. Either way, I mean, just kill it, right? Just kill log. Let's stab. Yeah, Breaker doing some work. Seems good. Special knowledge like conversion of the bust. Yeah, I have two videos pretty much finished already. One is gonna be about crafting and components. Finally, some component video, right? And then attack Seru.
Good, you're back. I struggled.
Then I have one video
You
that's
see the Luminaria.
still like work in
Good,
progress.
you're back. I struggled.
Oh my fucking god, yeah, I struggle as well with
Good,
this
you're
quest.
back. I struggled to admit that.
I struggle
You see
indeed.
the Luminaria. Lost.
Struggle clicking on the right buttons
Excuse me,
here.
my father and I were part.
On the right dialogue options.
Good price on one
And then I have one video about that I kind of wanted to do after basically like doing all these like how to level X mastery. It's gonna be like a how to basically like level your own build in general. How to in general proceed with like build creation and build leveling, right? How to put together your own build without any other guides. Then that's gonna be the next one.
What a curiosity you are.
Oh wait. Did I reset the faction? Am I retarded? I didn't even know you can reset the faction. Like while still being friendly. What is this? Wait, what? I didn't click attack, but it still reset it? What? Okay. 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 Oops, yeah, don't do this. Apparently you can reset the faction without going hostile. That never happened to me before, but it happened here. Just be careful to not do that yourselves. Just make a good build. It's gonna be a 5-second video. Just make a good build for it. Kinda, yeah. Oh well. We gotta use the new marketer sword, right? The new marketer sword will mean I will have to get another augment from Homestead as well, right? Because I don't wanna craft. I mean, yeah, I need to like get this anyway, right?
I'll give you a good price of what I've got left.
Derp.
See you around.
Kittin. And then... yeah, I don't wanna throw away my Shadow of Bernath, obviously, so we're gonna throw away the sword here. It's like a low level sword anyway. And then we put this together here. There we go. I'm sorry. Slay Bane Gargoth. Yeah, we can do that later. Yeah, like at the end of the video I'm also like gonna talk about like which stats should you like aim for endgame. That's gonna be part of the video as well. Like it's gonna talk about how to like start from scratch, right? I mean, like first of all you're gonna like know which first mastery you wanna play, right? Then it's gonna talk about then I'm gonna talk about which skill you should choose, or like which skills you can choose, like because you need to kinda max out a main damage ability first, right? Like each mastery has a certain amount of main damage skills, right? That you can use for leveling, or also for endgame. I'm probably like not gonna talk too much about that because I'm just gonna put a link to my like episode 2 masteries, right? Because most of that should be covered in that video. Then like a generic rule for skip on allocation. Like max out your main damage ability first, right? Just like 1 point passives. Or like look out for passives that have like resistances, for example, for leveling. Also like flat values or better than percent values early on, such as like percent HP from say Heart of the Wild. It's very good later, but it's kinda meh while leveling, right? Then like which gear to look out for and like which green amounts to farm while leveling, to like get while leveling. Such as for example Malkadar's sword on Spellbreakers, right? or like any Nightblade. Then like shortly talk about components, but then like for components I'm probably just gonna link towards the component video that's gonna come out in the next couple of days right now. And then after that, yeah, like devotions, right? The second mastery, what you should look for like in devotions and second mastery. And what else? Oh yeah, then like endgame stuff, right? Like which endgame values should you like reach? Like which OA, DA, armor, etc, etc should you like try to reach to be like able to do endgame content properly, right? There's not a how to level an Oathbreaker video yet, actually, no. I still have to do that one. That's true, that's true. Sinister of Alacrity. I mean, that's on the list as well. But I mean, how to level an Oathkeeper, it's mostly just use Wire Smite, right? It's pretty good as well, actually. But it's like a level 71, so it's not ideal for endgame, I would say. So you got that shrine, which we not really need for points, but it's still free XP and free loot. Then we gotta find Garrett Torben, right? Who should be like around here, right? There he is.
Please.
Yeah, I would always use Wire Smite kinda on Oathkeepers. And then either use RF or Eye of Reckoning or Judgment as like fillers. But I think nothing beats Wire Smite for leveling. These trees can be scary, so you kinda wanna like make sure to either not get hit by them too much in melee, or to use your mirror whenever you fight them, right? But as long as you have, for example, your Dominant proc active, I mean, this shows you it's on cooldown, right? Once you see this sign, you gotta disengage a bit. But as long as it's active or still available, you should be fine, like face tanking them a bit. Yeah, Act 5 is pretty well made. I would say so as well, yeah. I like Act 5 a lot. I don't really like... I mean, Act 6 looks nice atmospheric-wise, right? My mouth is well made when it comes to, like, atmosphere. But to, like, walk through that, it's horrible because of all the stairs, right? Unfortunately. But yeah, the Gloom Vault and the Bog are pretty beautiful, actually. But honestly, I don't really like want to do too much content here for the expansions on Elite. I rather would like to go over to Ultimate pretty soon. The main reason I'm doing this though is that I currently don't have a Spirit Guide in Death's Crossing. I mean, I don't care too much about that. Like, I shouldn't care too much about that either. Because I could just go to the Spirit Guide over here and the Conclave for 3, right? Why am I even doing this then? I mean, I guess I'm doing it for some rotation, right? To get like the writ from the Coven of Agnenborg as well. Maybe from Berholm as well. I kind of want to get Berholm to Honored and then get the writ as well. That shouldn't be that hard to do. But yeah, other than that, I should definitely do the Hidden Path quest line, because that's the must do for me on Elite. And maybe do some dungeons as well, right? I mean, dungeons are also like not a necessity at all. Dungeons are kinda inefficient to do on like normal and elite. I already kinda did them on normal just to like show you the dungeons once and like be kind of like completionist in that regard, right? But other than that, dungeons are kinda like for loot, it's only interesting to do them on ultimate. On normal and elite you can just yeah, skip them.
Whatever it is in, if you all group what you I care.
Alright, so with these guys now we should
Come see what's left of my
grab the
bear.
red, right? Did I get Locksmere's daggers? No, I didn't, right? Oh yeah, Locksmere, right? The boss that we killed earlier in Act 4. He has daggers as well. That can be really good for Spellbreakers actually. They're basically cold Shadow Strike daggers. And yeah, those can be great. Also, Spell Sage boots aren't bad at all actually. Poisonous. The trap resistance would be pretty nice actually. I should keep these at least and consider them
Put it to good use.
for later use, right? I can probably like safely sell these though.
I'll give you a good price.
I'm not gonna need them anymore. Like Ice Scorn Talons are just way too good anyway. Yeah. Also, yeah, Silver Sentinel. I guess we're not gonna find the full Silver Sentinel, like with 65 set, right? So instead I would rather just use Praetorian set until I find the mythical Silver Sentinel set, which is gonna be a level 84 set, right? But yeah, Silver Sentinel is gonna be the set to look out for on a Spellbreaker, at least early on. Just like a blue set is like easy to get, right? At least way easier to get than like legendary sets, I would say. And other than that, we are probably also gonna like check out some faction gear. Because Spellbreaker doesn't have a target farmable legendary set like the Vitality casters have in the form of Dark One set, right? All in all, yeah, these guys as well, these big Arcovian undead people, right? Monstrosities, whatever they're called. Skeleton guys. They have pretty hard-hitting melee attacks as well. They have like lots of physical damage. Kinda like the trees. So you gotta be careful with those people as well, those guys as well. Either CC them, or kill them fast, or make sure to not get hit by their melee attacks, right? Music is a little bit loud here, right? Agdenborg music is so loud, it's crazy. I'm not actually gonna deal with his problem. I'm just gonna go here to get the key. And like get the key for free basically, right? And also got the shrine here. Hopefully get some good loot from the shrine. We'll see. Maybe not. Nah, I shouldn't focus too much on these shrines anymore, like... another Beacon of Winter's Whale. What? The F. It's worse than the one I have though. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's like better than Malkadara's weapons anyway. Definitely would have way less attack speed, right? Like these don't have any attack speed at all. These have pretty good attack speed actually. They have more base attack speed and like this one has 23% attack speed on top, right? Is my breaker ready for SR? What is that? A Fetid Mask. Glacial of Alacrity, Glacial of Frostbite. Those are crazy daggers, dude. Ethical Chill Dread Mantle, Frostdead Kiros. I mean, yeah, for like lower SRs for sure. Armor looks good, DA looks good. I mean, yeah, I can't see, but everything here looks pretty good actually. Should have pretty decent, like pretty sick damage already actually. Right. Yeah. Should be good actually. So should be really good. And SR also comes down to like a little bit of experience and playstyle as well. And yeah, speaking of these chill strafs, we gotta kill Janaxia here, right? Janaxia is over here. We gotta kill her anyway for a quest. And she can also drop those chill strafs that are pretty sick for Nightblades. So to get to 60, I would probably try to get to like 65 on normal or elite first, and not on ultimate, because then you get all the waystones, and then you only have to like do, for example, 65 to 66 or like 50 to 60 on hardcore, right? I mean on ultimate later. So yeah, I would take it slow with SR and like start them on lower difficulties already first. That's what I did on my Conjurer as well, right? Like, you just want to be safe and not sorry, right? On hardcore. Especially when it's like your first time going there. So, this lady had a strange weapon. It's not a chest strap there. I think it's like a blue weapon, yeah, Blackwood Wand. Oh well, that's not what I was looking for. And you could like farm her until you get like chill straws, but I wouldn't say that's worth it while leveling. You should definitely do that in ultimate, but before ultimate, like before level like 90, 94, I wouldn't do it. I was sorry going into SR, yeah. I mean, the very first time I went into SR as well, I was sorry as well. I was so sorry. I like died at like what, chart 3 or something. It's crazy. And the character I used back then wasn't the best, but still. Yeah, you should just do it on like normal or late first. If you want like 0 risk, then just do it on normal. If you want like more risk but decent loot at the same time, then do it on elite, right? Alacrity on these rings is not bad, right? Wait, where is it? Wait, wasn't it a living ring? Oh wait, that's the wrong one, oops. So the plants here can drop 3 different rings, right? They can drop these vine rings, they can drop the creeping rings, and they can drop the living rings. What you want to look out for on a Spellbreaker are living rings. The others are kind of trash, but living rings can be good. They give you like % HP and like elemental damage, right? As a base, and then they can like roll good FXs on top, right? So if you get like, I don't know, something with like either good resistances or more defense or offensive or defensive ability or cold damage or attack speed, then that's a pretty decent ring and probably better than these like empowered bands of black eyes, to be honest, which I'm still running right now. And yeah, like especially the living ring giving you like % HP is very great for Spellbreakers, because I do kind of lack like HP on Spellbreakers, right? I mean, we're basically gonna get more % HP once we put more points into the Maven Sphere of Protection, because that's gonna be like % absorb, giving us like more % effective HP, obviously, but yeah, still raw HP is also good. Just got your first Mind Warp, nice dude, congrats. Yo Plasma, how are you? Welcome in, Plasma. And Limeace as well. Welcome on, guys, welcome on. And Akatsuru's here as well, yo. Wohayo. Oh, there you go. Shrewd of Corrosion. I mean, if Corrosion is terrible, right, because like acid damage. But Shrewd would be Cunning, right? 11% actually. Which is not ideal, obviously. But Cunning is away and health, so it's not like that terrible in a way. Could be decent as well. Well, yeah, next up here in the book, you want to look out for Sevaria's Den, right? There are 3 spawn locations. Number 1 is over here. Oh, she was obviously not there, right? The spawn location was not there. You gotta kill these plants, right? They give us blooms as well as living rings, so these are pretty interesting. Spawn location number 2 for the Severia's Den is gonna be over here. In this corner here. Like over here. Should be exactly here, I think. But yeah, as you can see, also didn't spawn there. Another creeping ring. Well, that's not what I need. I need the living rings, please. Also, as you might have noticed, these blooms, right, the ones that have that look like blooms, have always had like a stage 2, right? These ones here, these ones, poisonous blooms. These always have a stage 2, and the stage 2 might hide an elite, right, or like a hero mob inside. So these are kind of always worth it to kill, because they can drop blooms themselves, and also they can have a hero mob inside of them. Yeah, man, Spellbreaker is one of the best monsters in the game, or like one of the coolest monsters in the game for sure. Ugdal, I mean, you can save him like I did here, on accident actually, or you can just kill him. Killing him will basically like give you a Wendigo spirit for free. Saving him will consume a Wendigo from your stash or from your personal inventory, and then you will get a Wendigo spirit in return. So like overall you don't get anything, right? Except for some XP. Yeah, actually test is like actually test on demos would like get my shout out, I guess. Demolition Nest and actually test. At least Castle demo. Full again. I mean, yeah, these totems give you like a crazy amount of items, right? So let's go and sell again.
See anything you like?
So we have found these actually. Empowered Windborne Greaves. I was using these like at the very early stages of this character, right? The non-empowered version. And it was pretty good. So maybe we should use the empowered version again. Or these, right? But I think these are actually even better. So we're gonna lose elemental, poison, and lightning resistance. I mean, we kinda only need the fire rest, right? The rest doesn't really matter too much. And we would gain Aether rest, Slow rest, and Pierce rest. I kinda want to like have ultimate in mind. Meaning that I want to have 25% overcap on all of these, because ultimate will reduce my resistances by another 25%. Like both these and these, but not Sunrise. Plus 2 Shadow Strike is so good though. Slow Ras would be nice as well. I mean, Trap Ras is also nice. Both of these are pretty good. The problem is, these would put me down to like 7% overcap only. Or like 16 without active. I could put more points here, right? More points on the Elemental Awakening to fix my Fire Rest for ultimate. I guess that's fine. But these are so nice as well, right? I can't decide right now. Maybe later. Yo, Kree, welcome on, welcome on. You like Spellbreaker and Druid the most? Nice. Yeah, Druid is pretty nice as well, yeah. So yeah, after you have found the farmers here, after you have killed Silvaria, which we actually haven't yet, because we haven't found her place yet, and also done the Ugdal quest, you're basically done with the bog, right? There's less random spawn chests here though that you could do, right? This will like spawn some random ghost heroes, right? Some like Orkovian undead heroes here. Other than that, there isn't really like too much more to do. So yeah, we gotta like check out spawn location number 3 for Silvaria's Den. But since that is so close over here to this portal here, and I just wanna like port to that portal after killing her, right? Gonna go here to the portal first and then go back and check out the spawn location for the cave, right? So her third spawn location is like in this corner here, over here. Let's go there. And it's actually at this tree stump here, right, on this corner. Yeah, I'm still hoping for like a good living ring. I didn't get one yet. I got like one living ring in total, right? And it was pretty trash. Oh well. I mean, Inferno of Scorching, if you were like playing a build around this, such as like a Virus Might or I don't know, Granado, Blackwater Cocktail, like a Spellbreaker would be perfect for those, right? Inferno of Scorching is pretty sick for this level, like 400% fire damage for level 70 is insane. That's sick, dude. Oh, do I want the cracked Bloodstone or not? I think I want it. Alright, so Savaria can also drop living rings, right? So hopefully we're gonna get some living rings from her at least. Really a Vine Ring. Vine Ring. Oh well, oh well. So we have a Empowered Mask of Delirium. This is not a bad item actually. Not bad at all.
Come see what's left of my wares. See you around.
Let's put it here so that I don't forget about it. Alright, let's talk to Scorv Edgelord here.
All right.
And yeah, we're still gonna be friendly with these guys, right? So we gotta do like 1 or 2 quests and then buy the merit as well.
A blessed way.
We're not gonna level a lot on this episode actually, right? I'm still level 73. I was level 70 when I started today. This is mostly like just rotation stuff here, maybe some new items. Not even new items so far, right? Yeah, that's the tactics, are you? Welcome up. It's like a brother from another mother and another dad. That's the joke, you know. Alright, that's not a joke, it's... It's like a Forsen thing, right? I think it was Forsen who started that stuff. Except he's German and I'm Chinese. Yeah, right. Why the hell would a physical reckoning oppressor build run 1/112 Bone Harvest? For the flat damage probably, because he can convert it. I mean, he's probably running the Gladiator's belt, right? So the Gladiator's belt will convert all flat vitality damage to physical, and Bone Harvest gives you, well, lots of flat physical, right? I mean, lots of flat vitality. Which you then would convert to flat physical. And also, the build also might use what is it called? Might of Burnoff, right? The weapon that converts all the elemental to physical. And that elemental to physical would also affect the cold damage from Sword Harvest. So if you're using Gladiator's belt and the Might, or like Burnoff weapon, right? Whatever it's called. You would convert all of the cold, like flat cold and flat vitality to physical. Right. Also, IZM, Izo, thanks for the follow. I have no idea what the alerts are big again today. I mean, the sub worked earlier, but this one doesn't seem to work. Either way, thanks for the follow and welcome. So I gotta do like another quest here because the vendor where I can buy the merit is not gonna be available until I do like 1 or 2 more quests here actually, right? He linked me in his YouTube video. That would it not be the first time? Wait, which one are you talking about? I mean, I do that as well with him, especially when it comes to like patch preview or like patch note thingies, right? Because I do like what 3-hour patch note analysis, and he has like a nice YouTube friendly like 5 to 10 minute video about like the patches. So like most people are obviously gonna watch his and not mine, so I might as well link his and not mine. Or like link his in my video right as well. Also Piper, welcome on, welcome on. And Ido, how are you, man? Three hours and 44 minutes actually. Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't do it shorter. Like, if I stream and talk about every single item, it's not gonna be like, it's impossible to cut things out, right? Or rather, I could cut it, like do a highlight video as well, like he does. But I mean, he's doing that anyway, right? So why should I do one as well? I just should like link his video under mine. That's fine. That's it. Yeah, Mike does like the TLDR version. I mean, he's been doing that for like the last 5 patches or 6 patches. I don't know. So I don't want to like do the same, like literally the same stuff that he does when we're kind of like working together in a way, in YouTube in a way. So yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't make any sense for me to do that. But
I am. We've always had.
so we can deal with Laria, and also we have finally access to the vendor here. So the vendor. No, is that the vendor? That's it. That's not the vendor, right? Yeah, okay, let's do the Laria quest as well then. So Laria the Hexer is gonna be next to this Agdenbog, like the center Agdenbog rift, right? Then you go north a bit, over here, until Laria's den. And then you can decide to either kill her or save her. And if you decide to kill her, well, you have another target that can give you a Chill Strife, Storm Strife, or a Flame Strife, right? And if you decide to leave her be, then she will give you a Wendigo Spirit for free. And usually I would always say that you should not kill her, because you can just farm, like target farm Laria for that anyway.
I don't know who you are.
Right now though, on this guy, let's go for another chance out of a Chill Strife, right? Spice things up a bit. She can be a little bit scary in ultimate though, actually. So you don't want to like underestimate her. But yeah, I didn't get anything here actually, so this was totally not worth it. I mean, that's what you get when you gamble, I guess, sometimes. It's tough watching and playing Grim Dawn when PvE patch notes got released at 4 AM today. Wait, at 4 AM already? Holy shit, that's pretty early, yeah. Wait. PvE looks better than Grim Dawn, like cooler than Grim Dawn? I don't know, the movement in PvE, I don't like it. I don't like the movement style, like how characters work in PvE. I actually hate that. I think it looks terrible.
Put it to good use.
But I mean, that can be subjective, obviously. And the zoom is like, I mean, yeah, like other things are even worse, obviously, than just the way things move. PvE lore is cool and design is amazing. I mean, yeah, that's not wrong. But honestly, so is Grim Dawn's. That is my opinion.
Now that you ever since the deep beneath good, you will find.
So yeah, we did all these quests, and I mean, quests are the prime source of experience in this game. So yeah, no wonder we didn't get like any levels before, because we didn't really do like we didn't hand in any quests rather. Right? So let's do some quests here and hand in some quests. Also, we're almost revered with these. I think I want to get these to revered actually, and then like buy all of their augments and just have those augments for later, so that I can use them on ultimate and like without having to go to elite, right? That should be pretty good. They made PoE 5 times slower over the last 3 years. Wait, they actually made it slower, or are you joking? Oh, you're joking, right? They actually didn't make it slower? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then PoE 2, like if PoE 2 becomes even slower, it should be okay. I mean, honestly, like the last time I tried to play PoE was like 2 years ago or something like that, when the game was still pretty fast, I would say. Like, it was way too fast for me at least, like everything was super duper fast, super duper zoomy. So yeah, maybe that's why. 20-second maps. Yeah, that's the PoE I remember. Yeah, that's like the PoE I remember. But is it different now? Like actually different? Oh, okay. Interesting. But I mean, yeah, there are like other problems still with the game that I have right now that I hope they're gonna fix for PoE 2, so... I mean, I basically said this like lots of times already, right? I'm probably not gonna touch PoE until PoE 2 and just play Grim Dawn until dawn. Rune of Valiance. Valiance is a pretty nice set. Like, if you get Valiant set, all the pieces of Valiant set, that is actually sick. I mean, it's gonna be super hard while leveling, but it's actually a really solid leveling set, right? It has like 4 pieces there, so it's kinda hard to get together while leveling. Anyway, we are revered with the Coven of the Endgame Bog, right? So... The other problem is though that these items, like these augments, require level 90, right, from the Endgame Bog. So I can't even use these right now. But I should buy some, right? Just buy some, put them in the stash. Maybe not the bleeding one, the bleeding was not that good anyway. And then what else is gonna be good for me? Wraith's Scream or Sky Shard Powder, right? Let's buy some of these. These are for weapons. So this one gives me Chaos Rust, this one gives me HP, Elemental Rust and cold damage. Okay. Buy some of these. And yeah, that should be it for now. Let's just put these into stash and use them whenever we reach the level that we need for these, right? Level 90. Also, all these legendaries are kinda cute, but for this specific character, I don't really need any of them, right? So what do you do with legendaries that you don't need? You blow them up, right? Yeah, that's a very slippery slope, Elu. I wouldn't start doing that. Like, if you do that, might as well just treat stash, right? Let's craft some crystals here, Aether Shards rather, and use those to craft dynamite. And with that dynamite, let's blow up some items. Also give me a sec here. So we're gonna blow up some items, right? Some legendaries. So all the legendaries you don't need and don't want to save for other characters, you can just blow them up, right? So you go to this inventory, press dismantle, and you put down your legendary items in here. And I'm basically gonna dismantle most of these actually. Because also these are kind of low level legendaries, right? So if you want to like save these for other characters, you're basically only saving them for leveling, right, and not for endgame anyway. So yeah, they're like less interesting because of that. On top of them not being interesting anyway. I like not for this character. Yeah, okay. Seems good. What else did I wanted to do here? I think I want to like get up to like 75, level 75 probably before I go to ultimate. And do... oh yeah, I need to do a hidden path quest, right? That's definitely a must do first. Hey Kazimudo, how are you? Welcome on, welcome on. So let's do hidden path here. So hidden path starts out at Levels Crossing obviously, right? So you go over here and then onto the other side of the river here. And yeah, the hidden path is a little bit scarier than other content, as you can see. The guys here and the bosses can be pretty annoying with all their acid poison damage. So if you have like less than 80% acid poison resistance, you're just gonna die here. And so make sure to have good acid poison resistance before you go here. So we got a formidable of readiness. This one is crazy good for all the defenses, right? We're definitely gonna use this later. This one's crazy good actually, level 84 though. That's gonna be quite some time until we can use that. Yeah, we also gotta do some other quests, right? We gotta go to the Void Rift here, do the Bone Hunter quest, like, yeah, there's so many things we gotta do here in the vanilla game actually before we go over to Ultimate, right? And there it is, nice. Dr. Hater 8 and Tepester, welcome on, and Nirmol is here as well, welcome on guys. I don't understand what lines in Harbinger of Souls in Necro apply to Ravenous Earth. Only the percent vitality damage basically. Like Harbinger of Souls has attack speed, casting speed, I mean casting speed also applies to it. It won't apply to the skill itself, like it won't apply to, like it will only apply to yourself casting the ability, like quicker, but it won't like speed up the projectiles, for example, that the skill itself casts, right? Those will always have a fixed speed. The attack speed is obviously useless for that, right? Percent vitality damage and acid damage, or whatever it gives you, right? Percent vitality and aether, right, it has. So yeah, the percent vitality damage will apply to Ravenous Earth. The flat vitality damage will only apply to skills that have weapon damage, and Ravenous Earth has no weapon damage, so it will not apply to Ravenous Earth. And then you have flat lifesteal, like flat attack damage compared to health on that weapon as well, right? Like on the exclusive as well. And that also will only apply to things that have weapon damage, like percent weapon damage, like percent main hand damage, percent offhand damage, etc. So, yeah, Ravenous Earth again doesn't have that, so it will also not gain the lifesteal of that. What else does it have? It has, yeah, I think that's it, right? So yeah, it will basically only benefit from the percent vitality damage and the casting speed, but also with the casting speed it only will make yourself cast it faster, but not speed up the projectiles from the skill itself, right? So Ravenous Earth doesn't really scale with the casting speed at all, so I mean, yeah, Harbinger of Souls is not really a great exclusive for Ravenous Earth. So if you're, for example, using other like masteries that have other percent vitality exclusives, such as for example Ocultus, which has Possession, you should probably use Possession instead, because Possession also gives you like percent absorption, right, which is pretty nice defensively. We got the Spirit here, right? You need the Spirit here, and we need to also kill Bane Gargoth, right, for the quest. So killing Bane Gargoth means we're gonna go to the next level here. To the Obsidian Throne level, right, over here. Yeah, if you're playing Ocultus, then you use Possession instead, because it's just better for that. Yo, undo how you, man. Welcome on. And yo, Radon, welcome on. So where's this Bengagov guy? He's obviously in the middle of the map, right? There he is. This guy also has a new monster frequent actually, which is pretty nice if you're playing, say, a Commando or Warlord and you want to play around Force, like Fire Force Wave, right? This one even got a Flame Wall of Conflagration. What the heck is that even? And this would be good. This would be pretty good for like endgame if it was like a high level version, right? But as it stands, it's probably trash. Because it's like a low level one. Oh yeah, the granted skill is from, yeah, what Cosmic Whale said, yeah. It's from Winter's Veil. From the mace I'm using, yeah.
See anything you like?
This one right here.
Iron well spent.
Oh, there's one more quest I haven't done with these guys actually. The Eye of Korvac. The Eye of Korvac is gonna be found in the Tomb of Korvac, which is not in Act 7, it's actually over here, right, in the Astakarn Valley. Yo, Skipper, how are you, man? Welcome on, welcome on. XD? What do you mean XD? Man, Redan is here and there's a chat full of XDs, dude. What can I do? Ruining everybody's chat experience, right? So here in this place, since this is also the best place to farm Chthonian of Binding in the game actually, you wanna make sure to just clear everything, because you're gonna need Chthonian of Bindings a lot later for crafting. Yeah, you just wanna like farm these. They don't drop from the Chthonians themselves, they only drop from these cultists that like either cultist heroes or yellow cultists, right? Like rare cultists, so to say, that have most of them are, I think, like summoners or something like that, right? Because these are Seeds of Binding, meaning that they will bind the void monsters to their will, so it kind of makes sense that only those that can actually spawn void monsters only have them, because the others don't need them, right? Champions, but yellows are champions. Heroes, champions. They're all trash mobs, what the heck? Like, the yellow mobs are called champions, right? Interesting. Oh, and thank you for the insight, Redan. And you can also farm Harvul here now, that's true, that's true. If you want to play around what physical virus might, right? So if you like playing a warlord, for example. But yeah, he can shake the earth and might hit you with rocks, right, if you're not careful enough. So what is this? Harvur's Mark. Where is it? This is another new monster frequent, right? That one has Pierce the physical conversion to Wire Smite. Wait, is there Pierce damage on Wire Smite even? Nani? It's weird. There's flat Pierce on Wire Smite actually. Like a tiny amount. Okay. Adds physical damage to Warcry. Oh yeah, man. Do you actually notice that though? Sure not to. Recognition. Sure not to. Okay. So we killed that guy who has the Eye of Korvac, so we can give that back to Father Kaiman, right?
Come see what's left of my wares. Put it to good use.
Or rather, Brother Minarok. Why does it say like... Give it back to Father Kaiman? Anyway, we gotta push our Maiden Zero protection, right? And also conversion a bit. So I'm gonna put 1 point here and max out Maven Sphere with like my next levels now. It's not super amazing damage, but it's something. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Also, that's another quest we haven't done yet, right? We haven't been to the Immolation yet. The Immolation is a pretty scary place, actually. Especially on hardcore. And you... I mean, you have to go, like, through this to get there. It's like the first scary part, kinda. But if you have Mirror, then it's easy, right? And then there's this area which is like full of Aether Ground as well. That's not the most fun place to go to. So make sure to not die to like Aether Ground or some BS like that, right? And here you'll find the Herald of Destruction, which, well, the boss itself is not hard to kill. Pretty easy, actually. And this also has a new monster frequent now, right? This one has the, well, Herald of Storms, but I didn't drop it, which is the Lightning Doombolt weapon, actually, which is pretty nice. If you wanna, like, play a Lightning Conjurer or a like a Lightning Caster Conjurer or a Lightning Caster Warlock, as I'm about to do myself as well, like as I already have done, right? I also get like a bunch of free diamond here, so Free dynamite is always nice. And also, since this is another Black Legion quest, we're gonna get more Black Legion reputation here. Yo, Samus, how are you, man? Welcome on, welcome on. Yo, it should be pretty late for you, man. How are you? Nice to see you. Everything's fine here.
Do anything you like.
Nice, man. Wait, the Storm Series Saber has plus 2 to Star Pact actually. That's kinda only good when you're playing Druid, or not really when you're playing something like this. What is Storm Touch? Yeah, that's a Druid, like a Shaman ability, right?
Iron well spent.
Yeah, we haven't done the Bone Hunter. Let's do the Bone Hunter. And then... Did I get bullied by forum, by what? Forum posters? No, I have not received a single bully message so far. I think they have accepted me. They didn't like tell me to get cool anymore. Yeah, he didn't drop the dagger now, unfortunately. It's not 100% chance to drop it, right? Like, monster frequencies have a pretty high chance to drop, but not like 100%. So, yeah, like, if you don't get it, just run the same boss again, right? Like, just reset the game. No forum link? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right, actually. Let me fix that real quick. I have set up a thread on the forums where you can see all of my builds that are, like, worth posting, right? In, like, one spot. I mean, some of them are still meme builds, but most of them, like, all of them should be, like... Where is it? Okay, let's put it here. Forum post. So if you don't like my Google Docs or you don't like my videos, you can check out my builds there. You haven't gotten a good one yet? Yeah. I mean, it's still RNG, right, in the end. You can get a good one, or you can't, or you won't. Depending on your RNG, which we're gonna go... Oh yeah, through the gate here, to kill the troll guy, who also has a new monster frequent, actually. Wait, where's the troll boss? Right, where is he? Hello? There he is. So this guy has some pretty high damage, so you wanna, for example, mirror up against that attack, right? Just to be sure, like, just to be safe. I'm gonna go for Elena's necklace on the spot. I mean, I already have one right now. I did farm this, I think, on the last episode, right? I have Interrogators of Celerity right now, which is not ideal. But it's like the first one I got. It's not terrible. Interrogators is pretty decent for a prefix. Celerity is casting speed though, right? So the suffix is useless, like completely useless. But on the other hand, like, I didn't want to like farm too many while leveling. I just wanted to like farm any. I have like one. And then for endgame, like once we're an ultimate at around level 90 or higher, I'm gonna start farming her a little bit more to get like a decent one, right? Big Zoo, thanks for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. The proc's from Beacon of Winter's Vale, right? This one. Yeah, it's like a classic, right? Kariska the Bone Hunter actually also has a monster frequent now, right? She has this shield here, which looks pretty good. But I'm not sure if it's actually a good item, because it's like, what? One-handed blade arc, like it supports one-handed physical and blade arc. That might not be like the best thing ever. But it's still like pretty nice looking. Alright, let's go back to Anastasia here. Give her the Fang of the Bone Hunter. And then finally do the Hidden Path quest, right? And also SOT while doing her second quest here, right? Love my YouTube guides, nice. That's awesome, man. I mean, I guess you're gonna go back to PoE in like 2 days from now, but yeah, Grim Dawn is always there, right? Grim Dawn doesn't change too much, and Grim Dawn is always an awesome game to play with, like, between leagues. Or instead of PoE overall, if you just like Grim Dawn more than PoE, right? And yeah, glad you like my videos. Glad they were helpful for you. Nice to see you step by here as well. Von Blasher, how are you, man? Welcome on. Good evening, afternoon to you as well. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to like worry too much about like rushing your character, right? Because as long as it's not like a super broken build, which there aren't that many of in Grim Dawn, like your build is not gonna get nerfed or anything anyway, right? So against the Garden of Solar, you kind of want to be a little bit careful actually, because standing inside these purple fire thingies hurt a lot, like hurts a lot. And yeah, you don't want to stand inside that for too long. Resistant of Blood. No, Solar has another pair of pants, right? It's just like Drieg. Like all of these 3 hidden path bosses actually have like monster infrequent pants, which are pretty nice and also easy to farm. And the one of Solar is usually better, but because it has like lifesteal, right, as a base. Which would be insane on a build like this. Because we don't really... I mean, 10% is not bad, but another 4% wouldn't be bad either, right? But Resistant of Blood is pretty bad in this case, because Resistant only rolled Fire and Code Res. I mean, I do need the Fire though, right? I actually need Fire. I don't need Code at all. I do need Fire though. Like, Fire Poison or Fire Pierce would be like perfect resist prefix actually. But I mean, of Blood is useless. Of Blood is what? Just bleeding damage. It's pretty bad compared to this one, which is just overall way better. Right, these are gonna be used and probably not these. Don't tell us about the super broken builds. I mean, honestly, for this current patch, I don't even know of any super broken builds. I knew like super broken builds of the last patch, but those got already nerfed, right? You're hiding from a thunderstorm that can only be described as biblical. Dang. That's pretty monk-ass. Acid Retail maybe? Maybe. I don't know. And Retaliation overall is still not the bad damage type, but I mean sure it got nerfed, and like some specific ones like physical retail got nerfed a little bit more because they were like broken AF. Like still, or like again rather. I mean physical retail used to be like even more broken like on release of Forgotten Gods expansion. And then they got nerfed like once or twice, people were like super upset about it. But I mean they were just broken OP. I don't know why people complain, like people... I don't know, sometimes people don't know shit about game balance. Unfortunately, to be honest. But yeah, even on last patch they were like still pretty OP. And it got nerfed again for this patch. But yeah, since Undo, you're still here, Mr. Arcane Undo. If you are still here, I mean you have been playing the Acid variant of the Warlord, or rather a Witchblade, right? So how much did your Acid Retaliation Witchblade get nerfed even? I mean, Witcastles got nerfed a little bit as well, but not too much, not as much as like physical retail. And they were also very strong before the patch. Not quite as strong as physical retail, but almost as strong, right? But yeah, like they didn't really get nerfed too much, so I would say they're still like top tier for sure. Like very, very top tier. About ward nerfs, and I think it's not useless. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that always happens in like every game, right? Hey Demigod, welcome. Nobody's gonna nerf your attack. Kabbalist, I mean, yeah, probably not. Oh my god, yeah, that's why you should kill the priest first, right? Like the priest would actually heal before you kill the Grand Priest, right? So we're gonna go into Steps of Torment here, which is obviously gonna be a lot scarier than on normal. Which is when we did those the last time, right? But even on late I think it should be pretty like doable, right? And we have the Praetorian set, right? So Praetorian set should carry us a long way here. Defensively and offensively we have still like the Malkador Sword, right? And also Wither's Veil mace, which aren't too bad either. Yeah, the Alpha Zen can sometimes be a little bit scary. He has also like a stacking dot, or like a stacking ground effect, I think, that like he throws those cocktails at you, right? And they can also like stack on the ground, and if you like stand still for too long in the same spot, you're gonna take too much damage. It's kinda like Crowley and his Aether stuff, right? So you gotta like move around a bit against him. A Dance Reach, that's a pretty good Pierce two-hander for Nightblades, right? This would be insane for like a Pierce Blade Master, for example, at this stage of the game. Hey Yankov, how are you? For Blade Master, focusing on Pierce damage. For endgame, I mean for leveling, you still wanna like put most of the points at physique, you know? But like from endgame, from min-maxing, probably most points in Cunning right now. They buffed Cunning and Spirit a bit. And like Cunning and Spirit aren't as bad as they used to be. Like they give you also some HP, not as much as Physique now, but they used to give like 0 HP before, right? And now they also give you some HP. And Cunning scales pretty well on outplanes because of this anatomy of murder, right? You just put like many points here, and also put many points into Cunning, and then you have like pretty decent damage as well as HP and OA. That's definitely viable now. Let's try to get a Sparkler here. I don't. This is a guaranteed drop, by the way. Once per difficulty. You always get this here at the shrine. But yeah, only once. But I mean these totally normal like shields, which are not really shields, or well, there's not really any that is good for Spellbreakers, I believe. So we're not gonna care too much about these. I'm gonna care about Igor's medal though. There's a boss here, right? He's called Ilgor. I did use his medal on normal, or like on the Star of Elite as well before I found this one. But maybe we get like a higher level known now that also has like good affixes, right? You never know. So this guy is gonna hurt a lot more though. And also we're gonna like, kill these priests again, right? So stage 2. Pretty scary. So you kinda wanna like kill him while you have mirror up. Blood Letters of Thunder. That's also the Drain Essence one, right? Ah, that's gonna be useless. Unfortunately, useless. Okay, we are full, right? So we should like not take a look at these anymore. At least not while we are in this dungeon, because we can't go and sell while we are in this dungeon, right? And yeah, I should also not miss the guy here that I'm here for the quest, right? Want to build a build that uses Eye of Reckoning? That's just Eye of Reckoning. Just Eye of Reckoning. I mean, you're always gonna have like 1 or 2 other support skills, but like for damage, there's definitely like builds that have only Eye of Reckoning as a viable choice, right? Probably something like an Oppressor or Warlord are pretty good for like keeping the amount of numbers of buttons low. Oh, wrong way, oops. Physique also gives you defensive ability. And because of that, Physique is pretty good on like pretty much any character for defense. And also Physique gives you more HP than Cunning and Spirit. Like Cunning and Spirit do give you HP now as well, which they didn't at all before. But Physique still gives you like, I think, double the value or even more. That's the benefit of running certain dungeons instead of open world bosses. Mostly the chests at the end of these dungeons have usually a 100% chance to roll for 1 legendary as well as 1 blueprint. Unless you already have those blueprints, right? And also, dungeons usually have unique items, right? So, for example, this guy, or like this one dungeon has the unique items from Ilgor, right? Such as this medal here. You cannot find this medal anywhere else outside of the dungeon, except for like an SR or a Crucible, I believe. And then you also have like the end boss Alchemos, right? And Alchemos' items can actually only be found inside this dungeon, like the legendary ones at least. It has a legendary two-hander and legendary rings, and those can only be found inside this dungeon. And also the other green and blue items are only found here or in the Shadow Realm or in the Crucible. Yeah, Alchemist rings would be best slot for my build as well, that I'm doing right now, so yeah, I should do Steps of Torment pretty much on every difficulty once, and then also on Ultimate a lot until I get the rings probably. But I mean, getting the rings is not gonna be that easy, so yeah. Yeah, this boss here, Alchemist, right? Let's try to not stand inside his bullshit, right? Otherwise that's gonna hurt me too much unnecessarily. And oh yeah, Frostborn of Alacrity, that's not bad, right, actually. Oh yeah, we need more space. Like this. This one is really good for dervishes, right? Like if you wanna play a cold dervish, you can play that. Gildam Arcanum Commendation. That is the like guaranteed legendary that we got here. Yeah. I think guaranteed legendary doesn't work on normal though. I think it works for sure on ultimate, and I'm not even sure about like elite. Because honestly, like usually it's not really worth it to farm like roguelite dungeons on normal or elite. You should only do them on ultimate, usually. I'm just doing them right here because, yeah, why not, right? Like 1 or 2 are fine.
See anything you like?
I may pick this up if it goes to say later this month. I mean, yeah, it's a great game. It's all things considered, and not my personal opinion considered, it's probably like the best ARPG apart from Path of Exile right now, or like maybe the other 3. In my personal opinion, it's also better than both Diablo 3 and Path of Exile though. Like, Diablo 3 is kinda shallow, so to say. And I mean, Diablo 2 is still an amazing game as well, but it's very dated. At least in my opinion. Oh hey, we got another Silver Sentinel set actually. So once I find 3 of those, as I said, I'm gonna use those. But if I don't find 3, I'm not gonna use it, right?
Put it to good use.
Also, Titan Quest is a... I mean, Titan Quest is kind of like Grim Dawn 1, or like 0.5 in a way. Titan Quest is like the... Or rather, like Grim Dawn is built, has been built upon the... I don't know, it's a Pepega today. It's built upon the engine of Titan Quest, right? Grim Dawn is made on top of the Titan Quest engine, basically. I'm gonna keep this? No, right? No, no reason to. Just blow it up.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, Grim Dawn can be played offline. That's like another big bonus if you're like don't like online only games. Then Grim Dawn is what you want to play as well. Like Grim Dawn is the best offline ARPG for sure. Like the best, in my opinion. There's nothing even close to that. Unless you enjoy Titan Quest or Diablo 2 more, right? I mean, Last Epoch is also not bad, but Last Epoch is, on the other hand, like an early access game, right? So, yeah. If you don't like early access games, you should also not play Last, like, not to go for Last Epoch, but go for Grim Dawn instead. Last Epoch seems pretty promising, though, for the future. Wilson. Yeah, Wilson is a... It's kind of a joke right now, still. And if they don't change a lot of stuff, then it's not gonna change anytime soon, right? Yeah, that's also true. Last Epoch is gonna be more expensive now than on release. Like on release, it's apparently gonna be cheaper. So, yeah, just wait with Last Epoch, right? I got it on like early access sale. Like I don't know why early access even goes on sale, but it did. And then I picked it up on like the early access sale because then it was like only like $1 or $2 more than what it's gonna be on release, right? But yeah, other than that, just wait for release. Yeah. Torchlight 3. We'll see. I mean, actually, I like some things about Torchlight 3, but there are so many things I also don't like about the game. That's not that great right now, right? So yeah, this quest again gives you another attribute point, right? And then we're gonna do the last part in East March, and that will give us another skill point. But before we do that, we're gonna do something that I would not advise you to do at home unless you like know how to fight against the queen, or if you're playing softcore, right? If you're playing softcore, just try it, right? Because Spellbreakers are pretty nice at killing the queen. Like the Mad Queen has a certain aura, like a red aura, that's basically like a kind of like a reflect / retaliation aura, right? And you don't want to hit her when she is glowing red, right? And the red glow is not really that easy to see sometimes, but you can nullify her aura, right? And you also can use mirror to just like face tank her through the aura as well. So, well, when does she use the aura? She usually screams before that. Not all of her screams are gonna activate the aura or deactivate the aura, but whenever she does activate or deactivate the aura, she will always scream before that. So yeah, check out her screams. And yeah, we deactivated the aura, right? Then we can just kill her, right? I deactivated her aura a little bit late though. Yeah, that was kind of bad actually. You can do this a lot smoother. And you can see it can be a little bit rippy if you don't deactivate her aura fast enough. So, as I said, if you're playing hardcore, you should probably wait with doing her until you feel more comfortable. You didn't see the aura at all? Yeah, it's a little bit hard to see. It's like dark red. And yeah, really hard to see.
Well met.
Grundled Fulk. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, oh yeah, I should focus here on the last part of this Hidden Path quest line, because like Hidden Path quest mobs kinda hurt sometimes. Especially the poison guys. hurt like the most knocking them. And, like so many acid, poison stuff on the ground and shooting at you at the same time, right? Can be pretty scary. Yeah, the Hotshot 3 has like a lot of nothingness right now. Kind of feels like Wilson. Wilson has also like a lot of nothingness right now. Yeah, with these totems you might wanna take like 1 or 2 steps back sometimes though. And I still haven't like maxed out my Maven Sphere protection, right? If you are feeling squishy at this point of the game, I would honestly just like take out some points from like some of your damage abilities and like put them all into your Maven Sphere protection. Because waiting for levels right now to max that out can be a little bit, well, tedious, right? And you might die until you actually like max it out, and you shouldn't die, right? So, yeah, maybe like pull some points from like Overload if you have good Aetherance. Pull some points here if you have like good Poison. I mean, yeah, no, don't put points here because it still gives you like flat armor. That's pretty great. Or pull points from like Knight's Chill, for example. Right? You can definitely pull some points from Knight's Chill or from Execution. Actually, I think some maybe as well.
Well met.
Angvid, thanks for the follow, welcome on. Oh, the shot did. Yeah, space is a little bit scary. I mean, if you want to play a Spellbreaker, right, the first thing you need to learn is how to use your mirror properly, right? At least for higher difficulties. For normal difficulties, it's like a walk in the park, right? But for higher difficulties, you need to know when to use your mirror, and you need to know, or like you need to not use it too late. Right? You should always, when in doubt, just use it preemptively and not like too late. So yeah. Is it even worth to farm SOT for the rings though? It's a 1.5% drop chance. What would be the best alternative rings? The best alternative rings. There are lots of them actually. But the best one might be just like a living ring and a, what's it called? The eternal haunt ring, right? Like 1 living ring and 1 eternal haunt ring should be like the best alternative. But also I think eternal haunt needs like a blueprint, right? So if you don't have that or find that, because it's I think a lot random one, and you can't use that either. And you could do like the swirly rings, right? The rings of, I don't know, they're like 2 swirly rings, right? The blue rings. I actually don't know what they're called, but like Ruby of Flame and Sapphire of Ice or something like that, I don't know. Something like that, right? Yeah, you don't want to find this guy next to the crystal actually. It's gonna hurt a lot next to the crystal. And also, you should maybe for other like panic situations use the Deep Blade Barrier skill, right? Can save you like another second. And also use Aether classes, right? You should have those on your bar as well and use them whenever you need them. At least on hardcore. So do I want to use Blade Barrier with clusters? Maybe not. Let's like put a point here. Like we gotta max out Mavens. That's like gonna be top priority right now, for sure. Make thick foot wiki. What? Make foot page. Make one. What? Also, yeah, Bismail has another pair of pants, right? We got this earlier. The Bismail boss. So now we have actually 3 pants, right, to choose from, but I sold them, right? I actually sold my Dreeks pants, I'm retarded. I sold them, right? Oh my fucking god. Dude, sometimes you gotta not do what I'm doing right here. Man, I wanted to use those so badly. They were so good. Guess we're gonna go with Resistance of the Drangul Business Sec Pants then. But they actually suck, right? They're bad. I want my Dreek pants back. Where are they? I mean, this was like 10 vendors ago, right? Whoops. A 3-head moment of the day. Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna get better pants on Ultimate. Maybe. Cut the video. Oh, cut the video. Scuffed leveling. Scuffed tutorial. Scuffed guide. I'm just gonna assume you didn't get them, right? If you didn't get the exact pants, then you would have as many as I have right now, right? Sit around, Fibo. Thanks for stepping by. So yeah, about the Smoke Drogon Shrine, right? We had the quest, we finally completed it. And, well, after killing these Chthonians, you're gonna talk to a guy called Mogdrogan, or like, rather, the avatar of Mogdrogan, right? And you should not insult him, at least not on hardcore, unless you feel like fighting him, and fighting him right now at this point would be completely suicidal, so don't do it. He is way stronger than anything else you have like fought before this, so yeah, just don't do it. Like, literally, just don't do it. It's, you're gonna die, like 100%. So yeah, don't do it. What else to do though? What else to do? Piss on its shrine.
Come see what's left of my wares.
So yeah, I think I'm pretty much finished with normal now, or like elite as well. And I just wanna prepare this character for ultimate, right? So for ultimate, I just wanna make sure that I have all of these resistances overcapped by at least 25% here, because I'm gonna lose 25% to all of these resistances, right? So basically everything is fine except for bleed, but bleed is like damage over time anyway, and you can kinda like react to that, right? Also, there's this Slith Venom that I could use for bleed, right? Which you can get here, I believe. Slith Venom, there we go. Just use another Slith Venom here instead. And there we have also fixed our bleed resistance, right? Seems good, right? Seems good so far. And do I want to change anything else? I mean, yeah, for ultimate, I think I would actually have to change around my skill point allocation a little bit to have maxed out maybe Sphere of Protection, because otherwise, with this low HP, it's gonna be a little bit more chaos, right?
I sense turmoil within
So let's
you.
pull 2 points here.
Stay strong.
That's fine, right?
What troubles you?
And pull like 5 points here, that's also
Stay
fine.
strong.
And then like put these points over here. So we need like 1 more to max it out. I mean, okay, like 1 more. We can wait for that, right? That should be fine.
Let me clear your mind of regrets.
So on the next couple of levels on Ultimate, I'm gonna max out those obviously. I'm gonna put more points into Shadow Dance for more DA. Also protect more points into Pneumatic Burst as well for like better healing. Also, there are some things I want to do here in Elite, because there's a pretty nice helmet you can get here, right?
So, you're the servants of an ancient god they call.
I chose Solar here, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Serve the.
Maybe I can get these two honored before we go to Ultimate, actually. So that we can buy the reds, right? And also there's one item I wanna get here in this Act 7 as well. Yeah, okay, there's still one more thing to do here before we go to Ultimate. Serve the tree. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Also another thing to note, right, if you want to be very safe, right, if you want to like be super safe, this is like your first hardcore character ever or something like that, you should definitely make sure to get other like factions such as Devil's Crossing, for example, to revered as well, to get the armor augments. Currently I'm not using any armor augments, but ideally at like level 70 plus you should use those, right. Also, to make leveling alternative characters, or like another main character if this one dies easier, you should also make sure to get revered with the Malmouth resistance, right? This one here, in Act 6. And you can do that either on Elite or normal. Probably on normal would be even safer, right? Because they can sell you experience potions. And those experience potions will give you like plus 100% experience, and will like speed up the leveling a lot in case you die on this character, on your next characters, right? Or like alternative characters if you, well, want to make more characters in one, right? And if you enjoy Grim Dawn, I'm pretty sure you're gonna make more than one character, because playing Grim Dawn with only one character is like, I don't know, playing MOBAs and only like playing one character there, right? Or I don't know, like in MOBAs actually like one-trick ponies exist a lot, so maybe that's not a good comparison though. Did I play Protoss, or were you wrecked by Protoss? I played Protoss in Brood War. I played Zerg in Wings of Liberty actually, and I played a Terran and everything after that. Like in Heart of the Swarm and everything after that, I just played Terran actually. I play like a little bit of Protoss every now and then. I mean, you play like some other factions every now and then, right? But my main factions, like races I played, were Protoss in Brood War, Zerg in Wings of Liberty, and Terran in Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void. But yeah, I also got wrecked by other Protosses quite a bit. So yeah, since we've chose Solal here, right, I gotta kill the boss here actually, in this Temple of Ozir, right? And the boss on Ultimate in Elite is pretty scary actually, because he has like sick DA reduction and also resistance reduction. So you kinda want to nullify yourself whenever you see like a tons of debuffs over there, or like here in the bottom right corner, right? Or you just want like mirror up as well, like preemptively. I would probably use nullification first once you get debuffed, right? Not sure. See you around, Samus. Yeah, sorry for answering so late. Oops. I'm not reading chat today again, I'm sorry. Take care, man. Not kidding, Mokjogun on late. Washed up Grim Dawn streamer. We're gonna kill Mokjogun on late at some point, let's cater. Don't worry. So yeah, gonna max this out, and what I say? Let's maybe get this now and like pump more points into these two, right? If you just kill him, right? Like once you got him down to like 50% of your like his HP, then you just probably shouldn't care too much about his debuffs anymore and just use Mirror and kill him in the last 3 seconds, right? Friday. Is that Mrs. Friday? The Friday song. He's talking about PoE, right? Also, let's check this part out here again, right? Here again, you get a shrine and you get another Earth cluster with another Leona's ring. So from now on, you should have 2 rings in your stash, right? That you can use for leveling alternative characters as well. They are level 10 rings, right? So should be easy enough to like get, right? Cute PoE player. How many areas does this game have? I mean, it depends on like what you mean by area. The game has currently 7 acts. But there are more areas than acts, I would say. I mean, this is like the desert part, that's like the first part of Act 7. You have this part, which is like the second part of Act 7, which is like some jungle stuff and then some like lava stuff. Act 1 is basically like swampy area and then like a village and a cellar, right? Act 2 is these like grasslands, barren lands, right? Ruins. Act 3 is like this farmlands, then this reddish like bloody forest, right? And then also like a gate. Act 4 is like snowy areas, snow valley areas, and like necropolis areas. Act 5 is like this other bog and this spooky forest. Act 6 is well, some like battlegrounds and a Aether Torn city. And yeah, so I don't know, how many areas does the game have? Lots of areas. And these are like only the like areas that you see on the surface, right? You have like lots of dungeons as well. Thematically, there are 8 areas. I would say there are like 1, right? There's like 1 maybe, 2. I know Act 3 is definitely like 3 and 4. Then you have like 5 here, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. It's kinda hard to say like where you start and stop counting on that. This is all expansions on top. Oh, 280 in total. Wait, is that what like grimtools sales like tells you? 280 levels. 280 different maps. Oh yeah, that's what grimtools says. I mean, yeah, that's actually, yeah. That sounds about right, like 280 levels in total. Like 280 maps overall. Sounds right. Yes, they are. The next patch is gonna include more areas, as the last misadventure spoiled, right? And there was also a patch 2 weeks ago. Yeah, the game's like 100% worth it. Like, no matter if you pay full price or you get it on sale, it's always gonna be worth it. I get so much content for what you pay. I can understand like you waiting for like a sale because you're, I don't know, don't have like too much money, right? That's totally fine. But if you have the money, then just get it full price. Like, the game is amazing. That's too much content for the price actually. Yes, we will have more areas in patch 1.1.8. We will get at least a Burwich Cathedral and a Arcovian Colosseum. That's what they teased at the latest Grimm's Misadventure. So the only reason why I went here in the first place, I didn't go here to, I don't know, do some dungeons here or do some quests. The only reason I went here is because of the Fetid Mask, right? You get the Fetid Mask on each difficulty here, next to the Corvin Sands Rift, right? So this one here, you go over here to the northeast, right? And you click this item. On normal, this one is just a level 50 helmet, right? And it's not too amazing, but on elite, it's a level 75 helmet and has +1 to all skills. And that is actually amazing. So yeah, you should probably use that. The problem right now that I have is that I'm kind of reliant on the Praetorian set still, and I should probably not sell all these great items, but instead like make sure to check out chests and shoulder pieces now, to have like a nice combination of this blue helmet and also a green shoulder piece and a green chest, right? Also, yeah, since I sold my Dreeg pants on accident, I'm gonna check out some green pants, right? So this one's bad. This one is decent. But it has cold, right? I don't need more cold stuff. Like, come on, game. It's so bad, actually. Formidable Vitality could be good. Like, this is elemental rest, right? I would lose poison, slow, and chaos now. Poison. How much does it have? 33%. That's bad. That's very bad. Same thing for chaos, right? I mean, once I have armor augments, this should be totally fine to do. But until then... yeah. I'm gonna keep all the items, actually.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
I need to think about this a little bit more on Ultimate. Because I definitely need more armor on my stuff. Like, moving on, right? What I think about Cauldron of Incitement with Vitality Conjurer.
You're looking.
I mean, as a filler, it's fine, I guess.
Serb.
But, like,
Serb.
for a serious build, I wouldn't do it, no.
I can hold.
So,
I can hold back.
oh yeah, we can do this, actually. Just gonna kill some guys here, right? Kill some of our own people. Because blood for the blood god, I mean blood for Solal, right? Also, it's always pretty fun to choose this guy here, Harold, because he's so hated by his own people that this guy would also attack him, right? He has pretty funny dialogues before you kill him. Like, before you have this quest, you should check out his dialogues. They're pretty funny.
Well, good.
Honored, alright, let's check out the vendor. We can also do this quest, right?
Serb.
This is just beating up these guys, right? Yeah, allow them to stay or deny them. Honestly, it doesn't really matter anyway. Kuba's pants. I mean, yeah, Kuba's pants are obviously good, but actually, wait, I'm almost Nemesis already. Moncast, dude. I don't know if I like can kill him though
Iron well spent.
without dying, because Kuba is Kuba and I'm a cold character, right? And Kuba has high resistance against cold. So if you see Kuba at this stage of the game, you should probably not try to kill him and just run.
Well, look.
Dude, just do it, thank you. Alright, are we honored with these guys? No, we're not. What the heck? Should we do one quest? Greetings. Like one bounty, maybe? No, we're not that far yet. We're not that far either. We're not that far either, and we're not that far either. Nice. We only have bounties we can't do because we haven't proceeded far enough yet. Okay. Let's not do that then. One last thing to note is that once you are in Act 7, right? Which is basically after killing Warden Krieg in Act 1. And you're here on Elite or Ultimate. You will get this quest here from Mara as well, which will say you, like, tell you to buy a merit. And these Champions merits on Elite and Saviors merits on Ultimate are gonna make it able for you to skip difficulties, right? These are what I'm using, or like actually the ones from Ultimate, right? These Saviors merits are the ones that I'm using to do all the speed leveling stuff that I'm usually doing. So yeah, make sure to check these out as well and put them to your shared stash for your alternative characters. This quest is pay to win. What's my favorite god in this game? It's not Lulzuin, that's for sure.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left. See you around.
Favorite god is Kasparov. Favorite god is Igram. No, I'm not sure. I don't really know actually.
Safe storage, no question.
Should put these here. I didn't do this on normal. Oh well. Let's just throw it away then. And this one as well. I'm not gonna need these, right? For ultimate anymore. Yeah, let's just throw them away. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the end of my episode 5, right? And also the end of Elite for this character. On the next episode episode 6, we're gonna proceed through ultimate, or like start ultimate, and I definitely need to search for like better gear though, right? Like these armor, like the armor on my gear is pretty bad right now. At least on everything except for my gloves. Praetorian set on its own is also decent still, but we have the
I'll keep your stash safe.
Fetid Mask now, right? Which is pretty good. And unless I'll find like a full Silver Sentinel set, I'm probably gonna use something like a Fetid Mask and like a good green pants and shoulders and chest, right? Instead of the Praetorian set. I mean, I could also always go back to these, right? These are not bad. Use these for shoulders. Like Fetid Mask, this, and then like a good chest, right? Such as this one, maybe? It's not really great, though. And also switch around boots to either use these boots or those boots, right? What else could I use? I could also use these, right? I mean, once I have like armor augments from the factions, from Devil's Crossing, for example, we will have like so much freedom when it comes to gear, like way more than right now. But yeah, until then, I'm gonna try to proceed like this.
Keep an eye.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching, also on YouTube, and I hope to see you around on the next one.